Theater covered up? Dirt and stuff all over top of it? And then somebody said, hey, you know, excavation people. This is an old theater.
In this episode, we are taking a look and talking to wonderful people from several of Worcester's performing arts centers. Join me while we discover how these other theaters compare and complement the Hanover Theater.
Hi, I'm Russell Garrett. I'm the artistic director here at Foothills Theater Company. You're with me right here in the rehearsal room here at Foothills where we make the magic. Well, Foothills Theater is a producing house. We're a small regional theater here in central Massachusetts, and we produce 8 shows a season in a 9-month period. So it's quite a lot that we try to accomplish here, as well as children's theater that we present during the year, mostly during school vacation weeks and also in the summer. We also provide educational classes in theater for acting, stage combat, scene work. We're actually offering also this spring an adult class in studying one of Shakespeare's classics, Much Ado About Nothing. So we have a lot of things going on here. We also present special events. Sometimes we do stand-up comedy nights. We've done in the past a casino night. We try to shake it up, do some different things here.
I'm Paul Levinson, Executive Director of the Massachusetts Symphony Orchestra in Tuckerman Hall, and we're at Tuckerman Hall this morning. We're seeing a lot of younger people coming into Tuckerman Hall and into the downtown area. They're looking for something different. They're looking for something a little bit offbeat and something that's really enjoyable. Whether we have a jazz concert here where they can come in and enjoy both the beautiful acoustics of the hall, but also get a drink and something to eat. They're really looking for something special, something that's a little bit unusual, something that they can enjoy on a regular basis. And we're seeing a lot of new faces. That's the key to it. A lot of new people coming into our hall, coming into Tuckerman Hall, and discovering what's here. A lot of people have told us, we've heard about your facility, but we've never been inside. And so we try to provide them with as many opportunities as possible to come in here.
The interesting thing about the hall is it was built in 1857. It was built by the Mechanics Association to be a testament not only to their skill but also to what their vision of Worcester was. And Worcester they viewed as a world-class city, becoming more attractive as a city to people from the Metro West area, from the Rhode Island area, from the Springfield area. We get weddings from that area. We also get graduations who are coming from an increasing distance, proms, but we're getting concert goers.
We now have the Hanover Theater. Opened just last spring, it's brought in over 125,000 people to this venue, many people who have never been to Worcester before, to be engaged in cultural activity. And when they come through these doors, they're not only experiencing the Hanover, they're experiencing the connectivity with our entertainment community, our hospitality community, as well as the other cultural venues. Because the Hanover knows, as well as our other organizations, that we all work together. We create a synergy, and we will cross-promote so that when you come here to see a show, we'll tell you about something at Mechanics Hall, we'll tell you about something at the Foothills, Music Worcester, and by bringing it all together, the rising tide raises all the boats. Foothills Theater. Some people said when we first brought the Hanover in, oh, this is going to be competition.
Well, I'm often asked how the Hanover Theater relates to the Foothills Theater and vice versa, and our place, our joint place in the Worcester community. The Hanover is a presenting house, a beautifully restored presenting house. But with the exception of A Christmas Carol, which they did last December, they don't produce their own product. They are a roadhouse and bring in comics and road shows and special events, concerts. Foothills is a producing house. We produce our own product, obviously on a smaller scale. We're a very intimate house, but we have our own set shop. This is what we call the cave, which is where we store a lot of old set pieces, raw materials, props, furniture, you name it.
We are on the Foothills stage. This is their main stage set, but the Children's Theater comes in every school vacation week and puts on a show for the kids in the morning. And this week we are doing Hansel and Gretel. I get to play the stepmother and the Wicked Witch, so costume changes. I've never seen an autograph station like this at Foothills. I think it's very special that the kids can come out and interact with the actors a little bit. It's very exciting for us too to hear that we have fans.
Well, think of New York, think of any major city with theaters. It's the synergy, it's the creation of a buzz.
Well, I believe that the addition of the Hanover here at Worcester was a great thing for the community because we have the existing, cultural institutions here, the Worcester Art Museum, Tuckerman Hall, Mechanics Hall, Foothills Theater, all of these wonderful places.
Foothills Theater is an intimate theater. You go there for an experience where the audience is closely connected to the actors there on stage.
And so the Hanover joining the ranks was really just another big step in showing the Worcester County community, what Worcester has to offer as far as the cultural landscape here.
And having many different kinds of opportunities for the theater is what we're beginning to develop here in Worcester. The Hanover Theater is large production, it's spectacle. It engages you on that large, epic level. Tuckerman Hall, gorgeous space, recently renovated, lovely for concerts.
We're all part of this, really within a mile, we're able to have these 3 gorgeously restored halls in Worcester that serve different but complementary audiences.
Chamber music, ensemble performance, and it's also used by many other cultural institutions and is an excellent site for weddings and for different kinds of experiences.
It's visually one of the most attractive buildings you could find. Architecturally, when it was built in 1902, the former Worcester Women's Club that built this building spent $70,000. That was a lot of money back then. And they spared no expense, and we've since had multi-million-dollar restorations of this building. And so everything that we do here, we go first class. We try to make sure that the hall looks as beautiful today as it was when it was originally built.
Mechanics Hall, similar to Tuckerman, only larger, has 2 different forums. It's a cultural landmark here in the city. It has housed many different kinds of experiences, from performances to public engagement, and Mechanics Hall is truly one of our jewels as well.
We do about 50 concerts a year, and then about 50 times a year we rent the hall out to musicians to record. And Boston Modern Orchestra does all their recordings here, as does the Boston Baroque Orchestra. We've had 9 Grammy Awards recordings that have been done here. Yo-Yo Ma and James Taylor recorded here, their Appalachian Journey record. So it's just a neat place to be.
It's a cultural landmark here in the city. It has housed many different kinds of experiences, from performances to public engagement.
And every once in a while we do a throwback event. Well, years ago, people tell me that we had boxing here at Mechanics Hall. In fact, from 1920 to 1966, we hosted 325 boxing matches. We got a call 2 weeks ago from a local attorney who is managing Edwin Rodriguez, an up-and-coming middleweight in the boxing world. And Edwin wants to make a Worcester debut. Well, on March 19th, Edwin Rodriguez is going to make his Worcester debut right about where I'm standing. There'll be a ring set up in the hall, and there'll be 1,200 fans who are circling this, the ring, and also circling they'll be up in the balcony, getting a bird's eye view of Edwin and displaying his wares. So we're excited about that.
Worcester is on the map as truly a unique creative city.